Hello and welcome to episode 21 of That 90's Premier League podcast. Woody.
Hello, mate.
What are you recording, mate? What are you reading?
Well, do you know what? We have a special guest today. I'm reading the legendary 442 magazine. Great cover, isn't it?
Absolutely. So today we've got a guest who knows the beautiful game inside and out. It's Matthew Ketchell, Deputy Editor of 442 magazine. Are you a podcaster, presenter, journalist, kit collector? What else are you? Everything.
Play the drums.
Hey, me too. Lovely.
Drummer. That's about it. Father now. Just had a baby boy.
Oh,
Yeah,
congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going. He's doing everything a baby should be doing. It's been
Good.
interesting. He was born the night of the Europa League final, so it was we did have that on briefly in the delivery room, and it didn't do anything to lighten the mood.
Yeah, because they Tottenham. Well, yeah. So welcome, Matt. Thank you ever so much for coming on, mate. We have been pestering you for some time, so thanks for sparing us a few minutes today to go through the pod. We want to just dive in and talk about everything glorious about Newcastle in the 90s, the 442 magazine, your obsession with the 90s, because I'm sure you've got plenty of memories and things you want to kind of relive. So, yeah, let's just get cracking. I mean, I'm sure you've seen or heard of the kind of episodes of the pod previously, so it's great to have you on as a guest. Jonesy, do you want to kind of get us kicking off, mate?
Oh, mate, where do we start?
I know. I know.
Woody, that 442 magazine you were just holding up.
Yeah.
That takes me back far out.
Yeah, I'll hold it up again just for you to go through.
I actually thought that was from the 90s when we were starting reading that.
Then I was just the images from 1994.
Yeah.
The issue of 442 before the season preview, and it's Liam and Noel Gallagher in the Umbro brother shirts. Noel's in the home shirt, and Liam's in the away shirt. It was taken in 1994 by Kevin Cummings, legendary music photographer, close friend of the Gallaghers, particularly Noel. Apparently, he's in a football WhatsApp group with Noel Gallagher. They go to Man City away games together. So
wow.
Kevin's got an excellent book out at the minute, and we approached him this summer ahead of the Oasis tour, and he was interested in it being featured in 442, and we said, well, let's put it on the cover. You know, if you give us permission to use these amazing images. The book's called Oasis: The Master Plan. It's a brilliant coffee table book. I got one for my birthday in June, and Kevin had these amazing. He spent basically a day at Main Road with Liam and Noel in 1994, and it was one of them where I think the kitbacks or the newer of the stand was literally being built, and they just walked into Main Road. No one said anything. They just walked in. Liam had bought a full Man City kit from the club shop, and he had the shorts on underneath his trousers, the box shorts, and they were just doing pictures in and around Main Road.
Is that where the famous picture is from then? Because there is that iconic image of them both in the Man City shirts with like a kind of down an alleyway. Is that Kevin's work, or
I'd have to look at the book. I think that would be in one of the. I would guess that would be in a side street off Main Road, or I think it's certainly in Manchester. It was happened that day because they've got the pictures of them in the stadium in the shirts. The whole band are there as well.
Yeah, brilliant.
And but he sent us the full sort of menu of shots, and there was also some shots of them. I think at a gig in London where Liam's wearing like an away shirt from a retro 1970s like Toffs type. The red and black stripe, the old 70s crest on. I think he did it. He's doing a gig in it. The mic. So we asked Kevin to use those pictures, and we wrote the story of Oasis's relationship with football, which is
brilliant,
amazing.
Really enjoyed the article.
People like Stuart Pearce, who went to Nebworth in a stretch limo with Scott Gemmell and some of the Man City players, Sean Dyche. And just got loads of untold. I'm a big Oasis. After Newcastle, Oasis would be my specialist subject, my mastermind. Yeah. And I thought I'd heard it all, but all these stories in the feature were brand new to me. Our editor, James Andrew, me and him are probably neck and neck in terms of Oasis fandom. Yeah. He wrote the feature, done a great job, and we just wanted loads of untold football stories about Oasis because football was, this Premier League kicked off as in 1992-93. That was when Oasis, got together, 92-93. And they reached the mainstream when the Premier League reached the mainstream, really, and they just sort of followed each other. And City were going that way, and Oasis were going that way, which made it more of an interesting tale. So it's a really good one. You can still get it if you go on 442's website. You can buy back issues, and if you're an Oasis fan and a football fan, you didn't get that one, then I do encourage it.
I will definitely be getting that one.
I think Absolutely. As well on the back of that, Matt. I mean, you mentioned about Oasis starting in the 90s, the Premier League kicking off in the 90s. We all know it was an incredible era to be part of in terms of the kind of meteoric rise of the Premier League and music in general. What were your kind of first memories of being a Newcastle fan? Because obviously Newcastle weren't at the start of the Premier League, but they made one hell of an impact when they got there.
Yeah. Well, I started to get into football around about the time Newcastle went on an 11-game unbeaten run at the start of 92-93. The Keegan, lighting the blue touch paper at St James's Park. It literally coincided with me probably getting my first ever football magazine, which would have been Match, which had Dean Saunders in a Liverpool kit on the front. So that was my introduction to football.
Yeah.
So it took me about a year to get in. My dad wasn't a massive football fan, but he was just very encouraging of our interests as kids.
Yeah.
And we got Newcastle went on this amazing Division 1 run. This was the first year of the Premier League. Newcastle were in Division 1. Keegan had taken over in the February of 92. By March 93, I was sort of ready for my first game, and I went to Newcastle Brentford at St James's Park. We won 5-1. Rob Lee scored from the halfway line, and it was disallowed incorrectly for half time for offside.
No,
and I have the only two memories I have of the game are Kevin Scott scoring an own goal with a diving header and the smell of the brewery out the back of the Newcastle breweries was literally out the back of St James's Park at the time.
Is that where the Brown Ale Brewery is?
Not anymore. No, Brown Ale's brewed in Tadcaster, I believe.
Right.
So the mystique, I think it moved to Gateshead briefly.
Right.
Now it's in Tadcaster. And funnily enough, in a former job before I got into football journalism, I worked at a lifestyle magazine writing about all sorts, and they were filming a Brown Ale advert in Gateshead across the river from our office, and my editor went, go across there and get a story. And I was on set at this Brown Ale advert, and I got a hold of the person who was in charge, and it was a Dutch guy, and the Brown Ale offices are in the Chrysler building in New York now. So
right.
Wow. It's huge in America. If you ever go to Newcastle, if you ever go to America, Brown Ale is huge in Newcastle. So it's really left the region a long time ago, and it does all its business in America.
Yeah.
That's a side note. So yeah, the Kevin Scott diving header and the smell of the breweries were my takeaways from that. And Chris Hughton played for Brentford, who would go on to manage Newcastle.
Yeah,
but it was just a brilliant era. It was incredibly exciting that time under Keegan.
No, I can imagine.
Say, Woody, before we said, obviously, being in Australia, I've never seen this for sale. And then I went to a shop today, and it's the first time I've seen a Newcastle Brown Ale, and it's actually made, because I've got the story about Wrexham Lager got released in Australia. Obviously, I'm originally from Wales. I was like, cool. Drinking it, read the back. It's made in Sydney. They just bought the license.
Yeah.
So this is actually the real stuff. So yeah.
It gets a bad rep, Brown Ale, but it's not a bad drop. It's
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So in terms of you say you had sort of vague memories of the kind of 93 kind of era. What was the kind of first kind of season for you that really kind of like switched on and you were like, oh my God, this is incredible?
So it was the season from the shirts that you lads are wearing. So we got Jonesy and Woody here in the whole Massic shirt, the third. Oh,
we forgot what they're wearing. So you can do the what they're wearing segment. Yeah, go.
We're all here. My sort of first season where I was like fully into it was 93, 94. So Newcastle came up in the Premier League. Kevin Keegan said, on day one of the Premier League, we're recording this on the eve of the new Premier League season. On day one of the Premier League, as a newly promoted manager, he said, Alex Ferguson, we're coming for your title. On television, on screen. On Football Focus that morning, He said, "You're coming for tell." Then we lost 1-0 at home to Spurs. But that was the season where the kits that we're all wearing. I'm wearing the goalkeeper shirt. They had 4 goalkeeper shirts that season, all amazing, just outrageous, peak 1990s A6 or A6, depending on where you're from. The home shirt was beautiful. It had also the era of sponsors. It had the star. Eventually had the star on the front. It had McEwen's logo in writing for a bit. So, and then St James's Park was sort of being renovated, and the kits looked fantastic. And it was one of them where opening day of the season, everyone's in the kit. The entire stadium's bathed in black and white. We struggled to get going that season. Lost to Tottenham. Drew at Coventry. Got a point at Old Trafford, and then got going, and then eventually finished 3rd in the league as a newly promoted team.
Well, I can remember Rob Lee that year, though. He was scoring like left, right, and centre, and he had an incredible year, didn't he?
It was Beardsley and Cole that season. To be fair, I'd have to look. Andy Cole got I think 42 goals in all comps.
Oh, goodness me!
In the era of 42 games in a Premier League season. And Beardsley must have got in the 20s. They both were on fire, and then Rob Lee he reached his peak probably 95, but he was probably one of my early favorite players. And it was just, I've been lucky enough through work to have various projects that I've done to speak to a lot of players who were involved in this era, and it was just such a simple era. It was 5-a-sides and head tennis during the week, and Keegan's team talk was, "You're better than them." These fans have worked all week, and they're paying their money to. The highlight of the week is watching you go and entertain them. It was so simple. It was run through a brick wall stuff, and it just worked, and it galvanized the whole city. Being a one club city, when the club are winning, the city's bouncing. When they're losing, everyone's on a downer, and he just totally galvanized the whole area. Got the whole area. Everyone loved him. Kids, grannies. Pets loved Keegan. It was just he absolutely had Newcastle and the surrounding area in the palm of his hand.
You could honestly feel it, though. You could, and I think everybody that wasn't a Newcastle fan was kind of a secret Newcastle fan at that time, because the way they played football was very entertaining, very attacking. They had great characters in the squad. I think everybody loved Kevin Keegan just for how he spoke. I mean, that "I would love it if we beat them" quote is used every year in any kind of context with regards to a football interview.
Yeah.
So I can imagine then. So were you a season ticket holder then? Sorry, from '93, or were you just a frequent goer?
So this is the interesting thing, and this gives a flavour of how it was Beatlemania with Newcastle players and Keegan at the time. So the stadium probably held 30,000, and they renovated and got it up to about 36. You could not get in to the stadium. I think my uncle Ray had a ticket, and he used to say to me, "You can come once a season, pick a game." So I used to pick Man United. I quite like Mark Bosnich, so I used to pick Villa. Sometimes I picked Man United. I picked Man United the year we lost 1-0 in March, and the title sort of flipped, and we lost. I picked that game, but you couldn't get into the stadium. So what you used to do is the local Odeon would do a live beam back. The cinema would do a live beam back of the game. So my dad would come home and go, "I've got tickets for the Odeon," and it was like I'd won the lottery. It was like, "I'm going to the cinema to watch the game." So you'd be on the metro. You'd be on the metro with the other supporters who were going to the stadium, but I was absolutely buzzing because we were still going to watch the game. So
I love that.
In there watching,
that's
and
it was
packed, and there was, if I remember rightly, there was a good atmosphere, songs and stuff. And like I remember being in there when Andy Cole broke Hughie Gallagher's scoring record. Scored. It was a nighttime game against Aston Villa. I remember being in there for that. I remember being in there for a random Sheffield United away game, and it was just that. If you got tickets to see the beamback, you were buzzing. So to get in the stadium was just holy grail. You couldn't get in there. When they put it up to 36,000, there was like another 20,000 on the waiting list. So you could not get in. You could then the time I went after the Brentford game was like Bristol City, leg 2 of the League Cup second round or whatever. Like maybe 18 months later, you couldn't get in. And it wasn't until they extended the stadium up to 52,000 in 2000 that I got a season ticket. So I've had a season ticket since then. So before then, it was just scrambling around. trying to get to games. But we managed. It was a lot. It did get easier when Dalglish came in and dismantled the team. Not as many people wanted to go.
Yeah, that was I think we spoke about that era, didn't we? Yeah, Dad's Army. Yeah, Rush John Barnes era. Yeah, this is
Army.
It was.
Yeah. No. Jonesy, have you got any questions, mate? Sorry, I've fired on with a bit of Newcastle early days. Is there anything on your list?
Oh, just obviously the kits. Kit collector.
Yeah.
Keeper man. Keeper.
Yeah, so I was a goalkeeper. So I did the thing where, I probably had all these kits when I was a kid in a junior size, got rid of them.
Yeah.
And then really during lockdown, just a bit of boredom crept in. I was like, I think
that happened for everyone, didn't it?
Yeah, I
think that's how the kit community started, Woody, wasn't it? That's how we all joined up.
I was saying before the call, I've got all my shirts above. Speaking to you from my office, I've got all my shirts hung up, like almost hanging from the ceiling here. And I just sort of had to have all the A6 Newcastle goalkeeper kits.
Yeah.
And then I'm a big Adidas head as well, so I've got a lot of Adidas. But the 90s kits, I've got a great story actually. Maybe I could tell you this story. Woody, are you Chef Wed fan?
Yeah.
There's a Chef Wed element to this song, to this shirt. Do you want me to pull it down? Yep. This is when I get talking about shirts, this is the story I trot out.
Go on.
I'll go back to your shirt collecting question originally. I got into it after lockdown. During lockdown, I was working for BBC Match of the Day magazine and got made redundant, unfortunately, during lockdown. So moved back up to the Northeast. I was living in London and got a job at the Chronicle, on the football desk at the Chronicle.
Yeah.
And I'd built a bit of a reputation as a shirt collector. So I started writing some shirt articles for the Chronicle, among other news stories that I would do. And I also did a podcast about the history of Newcastle United from day one to 2022 called Chronicled. So I had a bit of a reputation as a shirt collector, and I got a very random email one day, very poorly formatted, written by an elderly person, you could say, no punctuation, and right. it was along the lines of, "Hello, I've got a Newcastle shirt. Do you want it?" And I was like, "Okay." So I'm always interested in shirts. So I was like, "Okay, what shirt is it?" And he's sort of basically a bit of back and forth. He was from Sheffield, and he knew Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday kit man called Alan Smith at the time.
Yeah,
1990.
Yeah,
he said I was friends with Alan Smith. My son wasn't well, and they played Newcastle in 1990. Bearing in mind, I'm a huge Newcastle fan. My first hero was Pavel Srnicek, and he said, "I've got Pavel Srnicek's shirt from the game."
Wow!
So I went, "Hang on a second," and I've gone back, and he's made his debut for Newcastle against Sheffield Wednesday on April the 1st, 1990. And I'm like, is this guy offering me Pavel Srnicek's debut Newcastle shirt? So I'm like saying to my wife, if this guy's got the shirt, I'm driving to Yorkshire tonight. So basically he got Pav's shirt. He said he got Pav's shirt. Alan Smith, this kit man, sorted it out for him. My son wasn't well. He says, "Oh, I just want to sell it now. I want to know how much it's worth." Bear in mind, there's no pictures or anything.
Sure, yeah.
So he sends me a picture of the shirt in a frame, and this is the shirt, right?
Oh wow, my God!
So it's to describe it to your audio listeners.
Yeah, please.
It's an Umbro template goalkeeper shirt from the 90s in a colour that I've never seen, with green hulls on the front. It's signed.
I've never seen that one before.
And I'd seen it in green and yellow. I'd never seen it in blue before. So I've seen the template, but I'd never seen the colours before.
Yeah, I've got an Umbro template from when Wednesday had that in 1990, which is a beautiful template though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
But here's the thing. So I'm now looking for footage of the game, right?
Right. Yeah.
And Pav's wearing the green one.
Oh.
So I've got the blue one. So I'm like, what's going on here? So he sent me some more pictures, and it's got 16 signatures on, the entire 16 from the night of Newcastle, the bench and the first team. And I think what's happened is, and bearing in mind, you couldn't even buy replica shirts.
Yeah.
Like this. Not to mention goalkeeper shirts.
Yeah.
And I've never seen a picture of anyone in the blue.
Yeah.
So I think what's happened is he's given him a spare or a training shirt and got it signed by the team that night.
Yeah.
And give him that. So it's not Pav's debut shirt, but I was like, I've still got I've got to buy this shirt.
Incredible. Yeah, that is absolutely incredible.
But for a couple of days, I was like, have I accidentally found Pavel Srnicek's debut shirt? But it's still a great shirt, and I quite like the guy.
Got a program here for Woody. Look, Woody.
Yeah. I'm actually getting a Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeper shirt printed with Pavel Srnicek at the moment. Yeah, great keeper.
How many games did you play for Wednesday? A couple of seasons?
Yeah, it was a couple of seasons. I mean, it was the 97, 99 era, I think. Great goalkeeper. But yeah, obviously synonymous with Newcastle. So, on that subject, Matt, I mean, so your favourite players of the 90s, you being a goalkeeper, was it Pavel Srnicek
It would be Pav, and it would be Shay Given.
Oh, Shay Given.
Shay Given.
So
Pav, Rob Lee.
Yeah.
And Shay Given, and obviously, I mean, Alan Shearer. I mean, I was 11 years old. I turned 11 the day England beat Scotland in Euro 96 in Gaza. Doug Colin Henry into the Wembley. That too. And then Shearer finished top scorer, and then signs for your club, and you're 11 years old, and you've signed the Golden Boot winner, who's a Geordie, and it's the final. We've just missed out on the league, and this is the final piece in the puzzle, and you think you're going to win everything.
Did he literally look at the TV and point at you and go, "Happy birthday, man"?
Yeah,
I've signed for your club.
So that summer was so Shearer, Rob Lee, Pav, and Shay Given.
So I grew up watching a lot of games at Elm Park for Reading mid-90s, and I was a big fan of Shaka Hislop.
Shaka, yeah.
So obviously when he goes to Newcastle, that's a huge move for him. Did he have much of an impact? I know he was a big fan favourite. He was a great goalkeeper, but was he as prolific as Srnicek in your eyes?
Well, the funny thing with Srnicek is Keegan never really rated him. That was the big thing. There was a big thing, and Pavel used to talk about this. Keegan never really fully trusted him, and Keegan was trying a few things. He brought in Mike Hooper, you might remember.
Oh,
Liverpool.
Yeah.
So Keegan would try things, and I think that was Keegan's way of trying to just move it on. And Shaka struggled with injuries. Actually, he got injured. I think he got injured just as he arrived, and then when he would get into, he would pick up. He was one of them who pick up injuries at the wrong time, and then Steve Harper was coming through. So Steve Harper had been at the club since the early 90s, and
great servant of the club.
Yeah, he was coming through, and then Keegan left, and Dalglish brought in his own goalkeeper coach, Terry Genoa, who'd been at Blackburn and knew of the talent of Shay Given. So he was advised to buy Shay Given. So at one point we had Shay, Shaka. There's a great picture actually of Shay, Shaka, Steve Harper, and Pav all training in pre-season. You're like, that's too many.
That's incredibly greedy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Shaka, they both soon went after that, and Shay and Hops were then there for 10 years, basically.
I think my memory of Shaka Hislop is that keeper shirt behind me, the oversized.
Yeah. It was almost
he made it his own.
Yeah, it's almost like he didn't have shorts at one point. It was that big, wasn't it?
Yeah. God, I'd love another size on it.
Yeah. So, favourite kind of, did you purchase a kit every season, or was that a luxury as a kid? Were you a kit fan, full kit, shorts and socks, away?
It would have been full goalkeeper kit, because I just played so much football, so it would have been full goalkeeper kit. And then the shirt thing sort of went away from me for a bit. Didn't help that Newcastle went from Adidas to Puma. That was very uninspiring. 15 long years. Then Castor came in, it was even worse.
Was that how long you had Puma for?
We had them from 2011 to maybe 10 years. Maybe 10 years.
That's still punishment in itself.
They had one or two interesting things, but never. So it wasn't really. Like I say, it came. I'm just looking up at the kits now. It really sort of came to me during lockdown again. And it was just the nostalgia.
Come on, you showed us before we started recording, you've got your own JJB picker.
Yeah.
So we want to see some of the shirts, don't we, Jonesy?
Absolutely.
All right.
We wouldn't be here otherwise.
Let me, after this, you'll have to bear with me while I do this. So, right, here we go.
Ooh. All right, back in the room. What do you got?
I've got 4 here. Not
yes.
non-Newcastle.
Oh, hello.
Long sleeves, Maldini.
Beautiful.
Italy. It's 96 Italy. Just
Oh, beautiful shirt.
I'm a long sleeves guy. It has to be long sleeves.
Yeah.
Is that the keeper in you that likes long sleeves, Matt, or do you just like long sleeve shirts?
I don't think it looks better. I just think it looks better.
Yeah.
I'm really Then this, I think this is the best kit ever.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Yeah.
95, 96 Newcastle away.
Yeah.
Is that long sleeve as well?
Long sleeve, yeah.
Oh, that is ridiculous.
I think that is it. That's the best for me. People go, Germany, 1990, Denmark.
There's Ginola on the back as well.
Did you like? Obviously, they brought like a tribute to that one, didn't they? A few years ago. Was it last year or
last season?
Yeah. What did you think of that one?
It was okay. The shorts needed to be white. I'm very particular. They tried to do the shorts in navy. They did play in the shorts in white, but it's nice, really nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
The shorts navy.
Yeah. And
they
did play in white. Yeah, I was gutted about it. But
what's the name?
I think Adidas have done a great job with and they actually just reissued the brown ale grander neck collar, which is
yeah.
So they did a great job. And I really am enjoying that. The current third shirt is a throwback to our 1998 away shirt, orange and navy.
So is there a shirt that's eluded you so far from the 90s? Is there one you're on the hunt for?
Maybe that one in long sleeves, because I like to go long sleeves. So maybe that one in long sleeves. Funnily enough, the Jonesy, the kit you've got behind you, the Shaka kit, if you like, the purple.
Yeah.
I kind of missing the blue version of that, the home version of that, which I had as a kid. Obviously, got rid of it. So I'm that's a bit of a gap in my. Yeah, I need to.
I had that one behind me, and obviously I was a Liverpool fan. I am a Liverpool fan. Woody thinks I'm a Blackburn fan.
It's slowly changing.
I had that shirt as a kid in Liverpool. Yeah, I remember having it. Wore it for primary school, and I got it caught on the fence.
Oh no!
Those little pulls broke my heart.
I got 2 more shirts for you.
Yeah.
So this is a match issue. Tino Aspria.
Oh my!
No way!
Can I have a close up on that, please, Matt? Show me the badge on the sleeve. Look at that.
As with most episodes, a lot of groaning in this in these episodes.
Oh boy!
It's double XL, Tino. Double XL.
Was he a big lad, Aspria? Was he tall?
He just liked it baggy.
Just a baggy. I remember.
Look at that
game against Barcelona, and it was so
that was at that one. I managed to get in for that one.
Did you?
Oh wow!
Yes, I was in the second row of the Gallagher end where he scored. I
remember watching that game. Watching that game on, it was just
He just seemed to hang in the air for the headers. It was just magical night.
He had a hell of a spring, didn't he?
Oh,
yeah,
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So the last shirt is actually a shirt I designed for the 30th anniversary of 442. We designed our own 442 shirt by Admiral.
You know what? I've got a story about that, Matt. Admiral sent me an email today of like 10% off or something, and I was looking at that.
Go on. Get involved.
Yes.
There's not many of them. There's not a lot. Only made 100 of them, so get involved.
Is this a new thing?
It came out. So 442 was 30 in November.
Yeah.
So we had a big party of classic football shirts, and Admiral were like, come up to Altrincham and we'll design a shirt. So me and Ant, the art director, fellow Geordie, went up and did a bespoke badge for us in the 442.
Because you've got something on the back of their number on the back, isn't it?
So 94 was the year we.
Yes, that's the one. Yes, you got to get that, Woody.
Yeah,
442 was formed in 94, thinking for the 94 World Cup, thinking that England would make it and have a go at winning it, but they didn't, and they just went and did the magazine anyway.
We talked about that before we recorded, didn't we, Woody? With Artel on the front of the first copy.
Yeah.
What I used to love about 442 is it was obviously match and shoot. For kids, more adult, for young Jonesy getting the 442 with Big Ron's face, because there used to be a lot of issues with like their faces right up to it. I remember Keegan was on. Yeah, Keegan was on. I had the Big Ron Like, yeah.
So
Great
it
memories.
was almost like coming back from the newsagents as a kid with the shoot and match magazines. You felt being a kid, but if you had 442 under your arm with a pack of sweets, you felt like a distinguished gentleman, didn't you? You're like,
absolutely.
I've moved on now.
And just on that, I got quite a good 90s story for you, because obviously we were going through all the archive.
Yeah,
we had a big party at Classic Football Shirts, and we were going through the archive and really just digging into this nostalgia. In our office in London, we've got all the copies behind us, and there's been some belter covers over the years. But we brought a few of our favourite features out and did like a little special look back. And one feature that was in the very first issue of 442 is called "The Boys a Bit Special," which is just looked at up and coming young players. So I thought it would be quite good for us to go and interview those guys again. So we had Peter Undlove, Nicky Summerby, Jason McAteer, and Darren Eady. We managed to get back and Robbie Elliott. We managed to get back in touch with them. And Robbie Elliott, obviously Newcastle fan.
Yeah,
I kind of became friends with Robbie Elliott, and he came to the do at Classic Football Shirts. He flew in from LA.
No way!
He lives in LA now, and he came to the party. To be fair, I like to think, he's coming for. He had some meetings set up in London because he works in sort of sports science. It's sort of sports science realm. He's a very clever guy. Did a degree after football and is involved in that and lives in Los Angeles. But he came to the party, and we had Paul Merson and Ray Parler came and did a little Q&A with our fans. So it was a great evening. Jules Breach, who writes a column for 442, she came and hosted it, and it was in classic shirts, and we curated the whole shop in 90s.
I remember seeing the pictures and the videos with Merson and Parler with the Arsenal shirts, and I mean that looked like an incredible event. But amazing.
But I mentioned that I might have a little exclusive for you. So the feature Boys a Bit Special, which just looked at young players of the time every issue. I think we're gonna try and bring it back. So we're working on bringing that back.
Excellent.
To the current issue. So
100%. Yeah.
We've been again researching for this. I've got some names from the 90s. So these are young players that we pulled to go. These are the Boys a Bit Special. So
we mentioned that though, Jonesy, didn't we, in the Merlin episode that we did? So within a section of the Merlin sticker album, there was like a one to watch, wasn't there?
Yes.
Yeah. So like the players you've named though, Matt, like they've all had great Premier League careers or footballing careers in English football. So it wasn't like any of those names kind of dropped by the wayside. They had great careers, didn't they?
I could test your knowledge here with some names. See if you know it. If you do
it.
I'll go. So obviously we had the big hitters there: Undlove, Robbie Elliott, Darren Eady.
Yeah.
So I'll throw some random names at you.
Please do.
Andy Orford. Ever heard of him?
Oh, Andy Orford. No.
Oh,
no.
Yeah, it rings a bell. Go on.
I've got some big hitters on this call as well. So if this is Gary Haylock.
Oh, I've heard of Gary Haylock.
Oh, good. Okay. Could you name a Gary Haylock club?
No. Or am I getting him mixed up with Kevin Hurlock? I don't know. Oh God.
I got an easier one for you. You should be able to get this. Danny Granville.
Yeah,
Chelsea.
Danny Granville.
Chelsea.
He had a play. Didn't he play at Birmingham later on in his career? Yeah.
So December 1997.
Yeah.
Boys a Bit Special. Danny Granville. Gus Hurdle.
Gus Hurdle.
Hurdle.
No.
Some amazing ones. I've got some better ones here. Paolo Vanazza. Remember Paolo?
Yeah, Paolo Vanazza. Yeah,
great name. Just a great name.
Arsenal. Paolo Vanazza. Yeah.
Could do a couple more. Peter Fear was a good one.
Oh, Wimbledon.
Yeah, crazy guy.
Yeah.
Wimbledon.
Well done.
I remember having a sticker.
Yeah. And then let's have a go. Late 90s now. Marcus Bignot.
Yeah, Marcus Bignot.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
good one.
Where did he end up?
This is the beauty of it. He you go down the rabbit holes researching these guys.
We love rabbit holes, don't we, Woody?
So we're going to bring. I think we're going to do a feature, and we're going to bring this back, and we're going to look back at some of the names. We're going to look back at some of the names we pulled out.
So can I take a quick little segue to 442, Jonesy? Can we do that? Have you got any more questions on the two?
No, go for it.
No. So can I ask, Matt, if you're okay to say, in terms of your layout for an issue of 442, for example, this Oasis one, how long does it kind of take to release an issue? Are you planning this months in advance? Do you know what's happening schedule-wise?
Yeah. So let me think of an example. So where are we now? So we've just had, so obviously the season preview issue, which is the biggest seller of the year for us. We speak to
it's my favorite one.
In it, and again, that's been going since the 90s. And we speak to fans and journalists from every club, and it's really just so interesting, isn't it? You find out that you're just a pulse read of every club. So that went on sale. The deadline for that was the 9th of July, and it went on sale on the 24th of July. Wow. You probably need about 4 weeks. You probably need about 4 weeks to put that together. So that gives you, so 4 weeks from ahead of July the 9th for an issue that goes on sale July the 4th. So can you imagine asking fans and journalists to preview the season in the middle of June when no one's saying
Yeah, how's that?
It's different. It's a great issue to read. It's horrendous to put together.
Yeah.
So do you have an idea of, because I'm sure interviewing ex-footballers, our managers or anyone associated, it's going to take some time to get in contact, get the journalist out to see them and plan all that kind of thing. Is that something that all happens now, like over Teams and things like that? Or do they actually go out and meet the guys? How does that kind of work?
So we're a small team. There's about 9 of us. We've got 3 or 4 people just work full time on the magazine. Yeah, couple on the website, couple on our YouTube channel. So there's just 2 full-time writers on the magazine. They'll do a lot of interviews, and it probably will be mainly over phone or via Zoom. Yeah. Occasionally, we'll go in person. Like I went in April to Liverpool and interviewed Duncan Ferguson and did readers' questions with Duncan Ferguson. So that's another legendary feature that's been going since the first issue.
Well, that's on my list. Of one of the top features. So
Duncan had his book came out, ghostwritten by Henry Winter, and I was like, I'm all over this. And they sent me a proof early, and the first chapter is him in prison, which you see goes straight to the heart, the hard stuff, and it's brutal.
Wow.
So we did readers' questions for Duncan, and I went, I'm going to take this. I don't do a lot of writing and feature writing. I've written a few cover features and done a few big, and I went, let me look after Big Dunk. Obviously, Newcastle 90s. So, of course, and it's a great one to do because the readers do all the research for you. The readers send you the questions, and you just pick the best ones out. So we went to Liverpool and met Duncan at the Titanic Hotel in Liverpool. Yeah. And normally I was like, I need at least 45 minutes. If you can do an hour, great. 2.5 hours with Dunk in the Titanic.
Bless him.
So good. Such a nice guy. Heart of gold guy. Honest, so honest. Ridiculously honest. Didn't duck anything. It was like the questions were 50-50 tackles. He was straight through every one of them. So
I love that.
Those big ones we'll do in person. We've got a really great one coming up. I'm coming at you with more exclusives here. We've got Musa Dembele Osman Dembele on the front of the cover, where Guillaume Balaguer's done the interview with Dembele. That was done over Zoom. It was going to be in Paris, but it was done over Zoom. Again, schedules for players is
crazy.
Tricky.
Yeah.
But we get for there's a big section of the magazine that I think your listeners will appreciate called Players Lounge, where we interview ex-players. So it's a typical week in Players Lounge will be Glenn Hoddle, Herman Hreiderson, Tim Flowers, Paulo Sousa. You just random, and it's just so those interviews we get ahead of ourselves, and we're relying on freelancers coming going. So it's brilliant. I've got Jan Mulby. Do you need Jan for the magazine? So you go back, you go, have we done yet? This is half the battle. Have they been in the magazine before? Have they done it before? So you've got to go through the archive.
Right. And, because you don't want the same things mentioned again and again, do you?
We're at the point where certain players we're done. We've completed them. We've completed Ali McCoist. We've completed Jermaine Pennant. There's several players. They've done everything in the magazine. Ali McCoist might as well have a column in 442.
I love Ali McCoist.
He's the best. And the funny thing with Ali was, we were talking about this morning when we edited it. It was hard to get him. One point we were struggling to get him, and then we got him. We couldn't stop him. So we've completed Ali. Jermaine Pennant, and another one we joke about. Please, no more Pennant. If we get out of Pennant, we're like, no, we're sick of you. I'm joking, Jermaine. So it's like you get a lot of. We're very reliant on freelancers coming to us, going, "Do you want? I've got these players," and we have freelancers all over the world. So we've got Italian speakers, Brazilian speakers. We got a great interview with a new Chelsea Brazilian wonderkid, Estevao, and that again is done by a Brazilian journalist, done in Brazilian, so you get a much better interview back. Interestingly, Balaguer seems to have done the Dembele interview. He's speaking Spanish and Dembele's speaking French back. So I don't know how it's going to be, but that was how they did that.
Is the piggy in the middle for that? Literally, that'd be incredible. Jonesy, is there any questions you want to ask, mate?
Yeah, I guess I was going to say, is there a dream interview? But you've interviewed Shearer, didn't you?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, got to ask about that. How was that?
I know. Oh well, amazing but terrifying.
Yeah.
So it came about through funnily enough, because I'm quite into football stickers and cards. So in lockdown, I did a podcast called Searching for Shinies.
Yep, that's how I used to be a listener. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
We got sponsored by Topps for that. But they give us a bit of money.
Really?
So an ex colleague of mine went to Topps, and they said, "Oh, we got a couple hours with Shearer up in the northeast. Do you want 20 minutes with him?"
We've locked him in a room.
They're like, "Oh my God." So I went along to a random industrial estate in Heworth, which is actually south of the river. It's more you're getting on for Sunderland territory, interesting enough. But went there on the eve of Euro 2024, and they went, "Yeah, you and Alan, what do you fancy?" And I was like, "Shit." So we did a Euro 96 look back.
Oh wow! Right.
Available on YouTube. It's had tens of views on YouTube, so you can still see it if you want to go and watch it.
Yeah,
I'm a bit terrified. I'm a bit, I'm just about holding it together.
I was going to say, because you mentioned obviously Euro 96, your birthday and that era. He signs for your team afterwards, and there you're stuck in the room with him.
Yeah. So they were like, he's up for, you'll do an, you want to do a career look, and I just went. It's the eve of Euro 2024. I said, can we do a retro sort of look back at? So we walked through the tournament from the dentist chair to the night we lost to Germany, and Shearer was tremendous, so good.
That's incredible.
Dream come true.
I mean,
and one more, last one, I promise you.
No, carry on.
Yeah.
So you meet your hero. What do you get signed? That's the biggest thing you stress about. I'm looking at the shirts, and I'm like, I don't want to take the piss. I don't want to come with an armful of shirts. So I got one thing signed, and I think you lads are gonna love it. You ready for this? Right. And you'll know what it is as soon as I put it on.
Yeah, I think.
Oh yes, the bottle.
Do you know, in my mind, in my mind when you said it, I thought Lucozade bottle, but then I thought no, because it's that one. Is that the one they actually did the dentist chair?
Yeah. So again, shirts. I'm in classic football shirts, Manchester. I'm buying a shirt. This is maybe 2022. I'm buying a shirt. I'm at checkout. They've got a bin full of these original Euro 96.
What? Give over.
I was like, put one of them in the basket. So I had it. And I was like, and then my editor James, because he's a swine, he liked the idea, bought one, and he's got it signed by everyone who did the dentist chair celebration. So he's done me. So I need to get the others. I need to get McManaman. I need Gaza. I need Redknapp, Teddy Sheringham. They were the guys who did the celebration. So that's my quest. I need to get.
But you could start a documentary, the dentist chair documentary, and then you could just go on search of all these players. That would be incredible.
Maybe that'd be a little series for 4.
I just wanted to go through a couple of the articles of 442. So specifically, what I like that you've been consistent with the magazine is the mixer, which is like the kind of football fashion kits, technology kind of side of things. Is that something that you kind of look at with 90s football and think, right, so I've got a particular kit to focus. Does someone say, I want to look at that kit this week? Or is there a particular season you focus on? How does that kind of work? Because the Pizza Hut Fulham kit's in this one, isn't it?
Yeah. Did you guys know Phil Delves, big football shirt collector?
Yeah.
So we wanted to do something. I wanted to introduce it's an idea we nicked basically from our sister title, Rugby World.
Right.
They featured a classic rugby shirt, and I was like, we got to get in on this. So I contacted Phil and I said, you're the man. You know, you're the best. He's, for me, the best sort of football. There's such a thing as a football shirt journalist. You know, Phil is amazing. I said, do you want to? I said, I'd love to sort of commission you to write a year's worth of and you pick the shirts. So Phil, and we did it all in advance. So Phil picked out the shirts, and we picked a couple others. I might have snuck a Newcastle one in there. I read it as a Fulham fan. To be fair, I think Phil picked the Fulham Pizza Hut shirt anyway. But then there's some really random, you know, really. Let's have a look. I mean, you've got Gamba or Saka, 1993 Mizuno Panasonic, Fiorentina home, Fila Nintendo. We're doing Nantes 1978, 79, Bob Marley long sleeve.
Yeah.
And we got in touch with Classic Shirts, who we've become sort of mates with Classic Shirts, and they sent us the shirts down to photograph, so we had them in a studio, nicely photographed shirts.
Awesome.
So that takes care of itself. Phil writes that.
Yeah.
And we've got the photographs already done. And the mixer is a collaboration between myself and the art director, Anth. So throughout the course of the month, we're in a place now where we get a lot of PRs and press releases through for various products to sort of know us. And I think mine and his details are on the page. If you've got anything for the mixer, email us or Instagram us. And we just compile everything, and then Anth puts down what he thinks looks the best because he's got the eye for the layout, and then I write the words.
Yeah.
So that's how it works. And we find it's all now like just capsule collections and nostalgic stuff. Like for that Oasis issue, they re-released the Umbro drill top Liam Moore on stage at Main Road.
Yeah.
They re-released the Penfield raincoat that Noel wore on stage as well. So that's been re-released. So it's all sort of re-releases and capsules. And there was a cool one this month actually, which was Lotto did a festival shirt for Tramlines Festival, and another. What's the one in there? Is that the Sheffield one? Tramlines.
Sheffield.
Festival.
Yeah.
There was another one in Derbyshire, and they did a cool thing where Lotto designed a shirt for the festival, but you could only pick it up on site at the festival. So it was like to make it even rarer. So you could order, you pre-ordered it and you collected it on site, and that was your shit. So loads of cool things like this, just sort of. And then if we see something on Instagram, we've got a little Slack channel. If we see something on Instagram, we paste the link in, and when we get to do the page, we pull it all together, and it's like best of the best.
And then probably the last one that I want to mention, Matt. So thank you for your detail on this so far. It's been incredible. Games that changed my life. Yeah. I that's my favourite, I think. Every episode, because the Razor Ruddock one I've read recently, obviously in this episode. I mean, I think that's probably the thing that football fans kind of want to know. We as fans always talk about games that change our lives or impact us. So like you've said about the kind of Scotland-England game and Euro 96, it's really nice to read it from a player's perspective because you don't necessarily know how much it impacts them.
Yeah. So, do you know what the interesting thing with that is? We've done a few recently. And I think Gordon Strachan and Owen Hargreaves, I think they picked more games they'd lost than they'd won.
Right.
Strachan picked a game where he lost like 5-1 or something. I'm sure that was him. They sort of all blew it one, but some of them, and then you sort of think, oh, wow. You would think I scored a hat-trick and I did this. Actually, no, like that game was my wake-up call, or that game was,
changed his life.
Beginning and the end for me. Yeah. So it's a really great one. So I'm glad you picked out that one. Nice.
Ah, cool. Jonesy, any questions, mate?
No, that's it. I could listen to all these stories all day, mate. So it's all good. Okay, Matt. Thank you ever so much for your time, mate. Really, really appreciate it. We're really looking forward to. Obviously, I'm going to get the season review magazine shortly, but really appreciate it. Thanks ever so much for sharing your memories and insights into the 442 magazine.
Pleasure, lads.
Yeah, it's been brilliant. It's been brilliant.
It's looked
really
great.
enjoyed this.
It's looked great visually, and it's been great. So,
wicked.
Thanks, mate.
Just for those that are listening or that are watching this on YouTube, if anyone would like to find you on social media via the magazine, how can they find you, mate?
Yeah, so obviously follow 442. We're everywhere. You'll find us if you type 442. And if you want to follow me, I'm Ketchell FC on Instagram and just Ketchell on Twitter.
Perfect. Nice
Brilliant.
one. Thank you ever so much for being a guest.
Yeah, mate. Really appreciate it. Thank you for your time. There we go. How was that?
Guys, that was Matt Ketchell from 442 magazine. Jonesy, like, if we had another 2 hours of Matt's time, I think we'd still be unhappy. Is that right?
Jonesy needs to sort out his standing order for 442 magazine.
Just to be a fly on the wall at 442 magazine, mate. Like, I love this kind of inside the factory kind of thing about.
I love it.
This.
That it's obviously a magazine we grew up reading and stuff, and it's still going. You know, there's magazines that have come and gone, and that's big part of a childhood. That was great.
But that again, mate, makes me think like, how good was Match and Shoot? Like, I wish they would. I know Match magazine is still kind of going now. Is Shoot magazine still going?
Is it Shoot Monthly? I don't know. Can't get magazines over here, mate. I went into shop today. I'm disappointed. But getting back to it, you think as well, he said, it takes 4 weeks to do a magazine? You think back then, the weekly Match and Shoot magazines, obviously they weren't as big.
What I mean, yeah.
But getting those interviews and stuff.
I know.
Yeah.
I'd literally be panicking, going, right, chuck in another crossword, quick. Matt Letizia cancels.
Imagine being back there. If you could go for work experience, where would you go? Imagine going there. Yeah, that's brilliant though. Really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I really did. And the kind of stories, and I think what we said about this many a time on the pod though, but it's those little memories that Matt mentioned, like going to the Odeon with his dad and watching the game was just as big an occasion as going to St. James's Park. I love stuff like that. Like, that is what football is all about. It's kind of reignited a little bit more of a fire within me about the Premier League season, mate. I know we spoke about this before. Are we excited about the season starting?
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to give it a go.
You're going to give it a go. What are you watching at the moment for the listeners, mate? Are you delving into English football?
I watched a bit of Championship. I watched Wrexham last week.
Blackburn?
But as I said, nah, I was asleep. Didn't watch the Rovers. Taped it. No, but like I said, obviously I watched the Zwei Bundesliga. I'm opening my horizons. Welsh Premier League started. So I'm trying to get my head around everything. Yeah, it's a bit hard with the time difference here, but it's got to make it work. How about you? What are you excited for?
Yeah, I mean, well, firstly, what am I excited for? Crikey, we saw the other day that the Championship are releasing a Panini sticker album. That's huge for me.
Are you going to go down to the newsagents and get for the little box on the counter? Do you have the stickers in?
Yeah. And for those listening and watching, I will have a table outside my apartment. So if you would like to come at 2 p.m. every Wednesday, I will be running a Woody swap shop. I'll send you my postcode.
I mean, back when I had the Football League, I think it was the 96 sticker book.
Yeah.
I think we talked about the sticker book collection, how we just collect everything. That was when I saw that was released, the EFL one. It's like, whoa, that's a massive.
It's a bit of a different twist, isn't it? It's almost like they've gone, the kids want Merlin, bring it back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I know it's Panini, but it kind of has that kind of old school shinies, has that different effect.
Yeah. Loving it.
Jonesy, I'm still on cloud 9 from our episode, if I'm honest. What sort of episodes have we got coming up for our wonderful listeners and viewers for the start of the season? I mean, we've been going strong, right? We haven't had a pre-season.
No. We've got so much coming up, and we've got to get into the start of the seasons. I think the listeners might want another kit episode.
I think they might, mate. I've got a feeling.
I'm just gonna say, last week's episode, I think it's going to be, when it's all said and done, one of our highest rated episodes. So thank you so much for everyone who listened.
Thank you.
We had fun with that one, didn't we? The old thumbs up, thumbs down.
We did worry though, didn't we? After, as soon as we recorded, we were like, whoa, we chatted for over an hour and what was it, 20?
I was going to put that episode into 3 parts, the way it was going.
Yeah.
Episode
we
1,
would have released the trilogy.
2, 3. Yeah, and make you all wait 3 weeks for the entire episode.
Yeah. For those of you that aren't a Wimbledon West Ham fan, you got to wait till the end.
But like when we do this, the time flies by, so we don't realize till we finish it. We're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much fun we have, doesn't it? It's like we just keep wait till our 24-hour marathon episode.
Yeah, I mean, the 90s Premier League Le Mans.
I'm not editing that.
It's 3 a.m.
I'm not editing that. That's just going out as it is, mate.
But again, this is a plea to our listeners and viewers. So firstly, thank you again for feedback. The comments we're reading, we see everything. We see the comments you put on YouTube, Spotify, anything you send us. It's been incredible.
And the ones I don't see, I send to you, you send to me, and it makes us makes us happy, doesn't it?
It does.
Little spring in our step.
Yeah, we're bringing stuff back to you guys, and that's what we want to keep doing. So if you've got any more suggestions for pod ideas, if you want to come on for a time added on episode or any slots you want us to feature, get in touch. We've got plenty of channels to do so, and we love hearing from you. So yeah.
Thank you so much. All right, Woody, where can they find you if they want to get in touch?
They can find me on Instagram only at WoodyW1988. What about you, Jonesy?
I thought I saw you on TikTok the other day. Oh, sorry.
Jonesy, I told you that was an exclusive, and that exclusive can only be revealed.
That's the burner account.
It's like I've joined Strictly. Like, Woody's on TikTok. Oh, quick.
And I'm just at football.jonesy. And the pod is at that 90s Premier League podcast on the Instagram.
Yeah, if you want to buy yourself a shirt for the new season, as we did discuss last week on the season review, we do also have our 10% discount code, which is also on the pod page. So I've seen there's some cracking shirts actually today. The Germany anniversary shirt is on there at the moment. The Adidas Trefoil. So Woody might be treating himself.
Lovely.
But yeah, we look forward to speaking to you, seeing you all on our next episode. So thanks ever so much, guys.
Thank you. All right.
Take it easy.
See ya.
Bye.